quite decent sound quality.
$100 a day and I'll take it for free. $90 and then he was expecting to a month later says, oh, I'll make it.
Does it give you any other?
No, what happens is they says I made 20% more on what the initial foundation recently. But you need to see that that's done in paperwork. Because people never ask for that, they think, oh, and they'll just give them more money because they keep promising that these, they'll say, well, we'll put it in the fund for a retirement or blah, 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 now we'll reinvest it. So they never, unless they cash in your investment, they never know. And what happens is eventually, well, it's not legal. Ponzi scheme is like a pyramid scheme, it's not legal, but that's how the money system gets. The financial structure is rather than Ponzi scheme, they just shift their money around. Yeah. All these countries and continents and things and communities get banked.
But that's not the free market. Is it impossible?
Yeah, well, it's disguised. Free market is jargon, it sounds.
Yeah.
It's sound bites. Self-legitimate messages, but free market, but it's extra
sometimes
stuff.
I have
just a policy that
hip injury.
extra
That's
the way the circle's going.
Can't
That's
do anything.
exactly how the financial
I just feel like
crisis
it's,
of 2009
why?
or whatever it
How can I
was.
politicise my
2008
injuries?
was
I
supposedly
think I'm just taking on too much. Just carrying the weight
all these
and my
fucking
body.
really wealthy, even the economists that run America, like Wall Street and the advisors to the government and top professors in Harvard and all the economics business schools around America, they're all the same people. So you've got total control at an academic level, directly economic level like Wall Street, and then of course the governmental level, but they've kept it unregulated. America's an unregulated free market, and so there's no regulations on these wealthy people investing in the debt of insurance. And they're giving these AAA ratings immigrants from
This one time, I bruised my skin playing rugby league. I fell on the ball. And some big fat fucker fell on me. And man, it made me really realise how precious my heart is, because it protects my heart. And my heart is precious. Everybody's heart is precious.
Yes, derivatives.
It's good.
Derivatives now. Futures, options, and stocks. Basically, they actually make money off it, so it's profitable. That's why it'll never go away. You'll put people at the top that can control the money supply of the planet and make money off the misery of others, it will never stop.
And
The problem with the government is that the government is just a facilitator of the policy that's created from the managerial control mechanism above the governmental layer. They make the policy that leaks through lobby groups and think tanks and all that goes into the governmental, and then they instrument the legislative policy onto the communities and society. So that's how they go. So people think that you've got to change the government, we've got to bring in a new government. Well, it doesn't matter because they're all beholden to the power structure that operates above them. A whole other managerial class, they control the money supply, and the courts called the transnational banking corporate system.
yeah.
And they're the major shareholders in all the central banks and reserve banks of the world. And so they control the money flow of the planet.
And because they're also the same people that are the advisors, policy advisors to the government, they make the legal rules about what's allowed to happen. There's no fucking education for the poor, of course, so they have no idea that they're actually getting screwed by their own fucking government. And so they can cover their asses. They know there's going to be a crisis, these fuckers, and they've got their 10 jets ready for the apocalypse or whatever the fuck they've caused, you know?
Well, it's the swinging door syndrome. You know, you retire as a politician and you go straight into being a CEO in the banking structure.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's just a revolving door.
They're quite happy to just sit around, not fazed about the fact that they're total vampires and are completely fucked
It's
over
not
people.
psychopaths.
Yeah.
Psychopaths don't have remorse or empathy. You can't get to that level of power if you have feelings for others and concerns and remorse.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You've got to be a narcissist to get to that stage. So if you get into the system at the beginning, at the root level for the education, and you want to be a politician or
It's Alexa's turn to talk.
stuff like that, at that level, proper oil, you'll soon
hardly
get
say
washed
I've got
away
one
if
in
you're
my
a
eyes.
sensitive person.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You got to be competitive, ruthless,
especially with my
psychopathic,
eyes right
sociopathic. The people at the very top of the
must be
streets are
about not being able
sociopaths.
to
Which is
see
actually no
properly.
different from survival
Seems really
of the
obvious.
fittest in nature.
But often
You know,
we
in
can't see
Darwin's
the
theory,
things
it's
right
like
in front of us.
we've created this supposedly evolved civilization, which is completely
And
thank you. Except it's minus the aspect of being an ecosystem which actually is in balance. There's no fucking balance.
The problem is the whole idea of ownership. You actually, some people come along and say, well, I own that, so I have legal right to it, and these are sorts of rules, and you can't da. So then people go, well, I own it. So then there's this whole complete, you have to own it. But the fucking shit was already here.
But it's
The earth, the air, the light, and the water's already here. Why don't we just like share it?
Yeah, but no, the concept of sharing is not really something that isn't recognized in a society that can get it done. I mean,
I think we naturally,
all wars have been caused by the fight for land.
I think naturally, if we're left to our own devices, we will naturally share. But there is a whole program of policy that's engineered us
Hey,
socially
at least once a year,
to
my wisdom
fit
tooth
into a
comes
banking
up
system
over here,
of fear
and
of
man, it aches.
losing
I can't eat for a week.
the fear of
It aches
loss
all through here.
and the need to gain.
But it's actually a blessing. It reminds me to stop the talking about people behind their backs. Stop gossiping. So these things are always a reminder that sort of, oh, this is good.
Personally, I think that the elite are pissed off that we're working on their property and then we're moving their air and drinking their water. I think they want to thin the air out. You know what I mean?
Well, they're doing a good job of creating total environmental destruction.
Yeah.
The blessing. But like in terms of, some sense of positivity and, I like to start somehow to create a sense of community or, I don't know if anyone would be common for other people.
I think the best thing, well, the only thing that I can really think of is just mass non-compliance. Just do not participate in the policies legislations and the consumerism and all the stuff that they keep forcing on us, but you've got to have people woken up to the scam in the first place. Is the only way, because they can't shut us all in jail.
Well, the thing with me about photos that is like, my problem is that it's so negative and it's like.
Well, it's sold on the TV as negative as well.
I mean, yeah, definitely anger is obviously incredibly valid place, but in terms of, it's kind of like playing into the cause of the system and going, no, we're just this anger about the bummer, but, you know, actually doing something that's constructive.
Yeah, but even so, even if it's probably peaceful, this has been a trend now.
But just
they're so
create
organised.
communities,
Peaceful organised protests, but they have what they call agents of provocateurs, which are policemen disguised as protesters that will start aggravating, start smashing windows, and all of a sudden the media come up with the cameras when that happens and they'll burn cars and all that sort of stuff. But it's not, and then all you'll see is the police people are trying to stop them, and you see them charge in, and you'll see it edited, so it looks like they're all charging in, helping out, but they're actually trying to stop these agents of provocateurs.
I still think that I mean, there are a lot of people who creating things that are like sustainable, you know, organic communities or whatever, which is directly and if they have a news channel every day that goes, hey, and today this area got reforested, or today you've been political, and you just that sense of positivity that's not about building and options, like we're so disempowered. But it's like, taking responsibility, like say, consumers, I think we are so caught up in the system of bureaucracy.
But that's the beauty of the internet. Well, it's still free, and like you can get access to all those things it's saying. And there's been a big trend where people are pulling away from the mainstream newspapers and media outlets and they're getting information from the internet. And this is what the scary thing is, this story coming to those voices, the UN and all the governments where they are trying to crack down on freedom of information on the internet and starting to I fucking hope they fucking can. I'm sure they've got some sort of technology.
At the same time that
There's a race to make it up.
yeah, of course, it's going